so much for joining us today. My name is Stacey. I come from Essassani. How may I assist you with your questions and dialogue today?
Hi Stacey, my name's Stacey. It's lovely to talk to you today and spend some time with you.
Lovely to meet your acquaintance as well.
I just thought I'd start with, have we, in relation to us ever meeting before, or have we, is this our first time meeting?
Well, generally speaking, it is never the first time, of course. Having had interactions with me in this moment, you have had interactions with me in a different, you could say, aspect or different format. So with that being said, as you having connections to our civilization, you have had connections to the collective energy. And with that being said, you and I have met previously, but of course, again, in a different form, as you have met with me in an astral form previously in one of your dream states prior to this day of your time today.
Oh, beautiful. I just want to see if we had any relation. So today I would like to ask, just in regards to my gifts and abilities and any direction with that in my life.
Well, surely you have several different talents or abilities that you can tap into at any time, as you are exponentially open to receive many different vibrations. So with that being said, whatever you feel most excited to, whatever you feel most drawn to when it comes to, if you are referring to your psychic abilities, you absolutely have the ability to be able to tap into those vibrations at any time just by simply being aware that you have access to those. With that being said, in other words, you are limitless as every being on your planet.
Yes, thank you. And would you be able to elaborate more on these abilities or healing abilities that I could possibly start bringing into my life?
Yes. Are there certain specific areas that you feel more excited about, more drawn to?
Probably talking with people, counseling people.
Yes. So do
Yeah.
you feel that you feel excited about the idea of providing, you could say, life coaching sessions, such as tapping into a specific intuitive nature in order to assist those on their path?
Yes, I feel like I get like a bit of a high when I'm helping people. Could
Yes.
be randomly or just and then just dropping in, and it's like an energy comes through, and we're having
Yes.
like a very high connecting with each other and helping them in their life at their point, and just yeah, having a very deep and meaningful chat. Yes, and I'd like to be able to tap into that more.
Yes, so this is your ability, I guess you could say, to tap into their energetics. So when you are speaking to them, you are speaking to them in a physical sense, but you are also speaking to them energetically. So you are receiving messages through various different formats. One moment, while we are checking and seeing exactly if there are any civilizations that you are channeling from, because you are channeling in a sense when you are providing these messages and these works of guidance and these deep conversations in which you have. So one moment while we check to see, we are getting the sensations that you are tapping into what's called the Pleiadian collective. So with that being said, you are simply tapping into a vibration through your higher self. That higher self is connecting to the Pleiadian collective, also connecting to that individual's higher self when you are providing them any sort of guidance or speaking to them. Because the Pleiadians are speaking to us in a way, and they're saying that they are assisting you with being able to understand what the individual is feeling down into an energetic level, from the physical sense all the way down to the energetic to soul agreements they may have made. And your ability to be able to empathize and be able to understand by opening yourself up in an aspect of unconditional love This allows you the ability, and you could say gift if you want to use that terminology, to be able to guide them, because you are able to understand them energetically in terms of what they are doing right now with their current themes and what they have explored previously in other realities also, but also their soul agreement as to why they chose to have the experience that they are having. So for you to be able to tap into this more and become more consciously aware, if that's what you mean, when you are actually doing this, and be able to pick apart different pieces of information and expand, one of the key ingredients that you can start implementing, if you have not already, is the meditation practice. This will help you to be able to clear the mind when you are providing these individuals with much needed guidance by simply placing the ego mind, which has to do with the racing thoughts that you might have from time to time, aside, so you're able to get clear vibration and communication to be able to assist those that are experiencing what they are experiencing.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes,
And
and we will
just
also add to this that you can also start to implement certain spiritual tools if you feel guided to use these as permission slips. So several different types of crystals, several different types of, you could say, pieces of earth you can take with you when you experience these sessions. Now you can start doing this as a means of monetary or abundance exchange if you prefer. But you must start to fine tune your awareness in terms of what is happening. So this way there you are able to gather the information in such a way where you feel confident enough to be able to charge some form of abundance. You can start and create a business out of this as well if this is something that is exciting to you.
yes, it is definitely something that excites me. And also, I've also been searching for maybe another modality to go with it, like kinesiology, or I've been waiting to see what most healing modalities I get on myself shifts me the most to see if I feel drawn to it. So if there's anything that there maybe I haven't tried, that would be something I can connect with to help other, like a healing modality. If that,
Yes.
yeah.
One moment while we are scanning your energy to see if there is some information we might be able to provide you. So there are two aspects that we are receiving, three aspects that we are receiving that might be able to assist you. You can use these on yourself if you would like to try these ideas out and see how they work for you. One of them is the idea of what you call yoga, but you can create the yoga poses in correlation to the emotion in which the individual is feeling. This can help break up any energy that might be stored in the physical body. Many time individuals that have certain occurrences that occur in their life through different experiences, they may not fully be able to, you could say, process the emotion properly, and sometimes they may choose the experience of storing the energy in the body. Movement helps with this, so any form of movement. So we could say to you that yoga would be a good idea for you to start to come up with the idea of maybe getting an instructor license to be able to hold different classes, but you can do private sessions as well. Also, the idea of what you call ecstatic dance, as this is another form of movement that can help break up the body in terms of the energy that is being stored. And there is the idea of Reiki, which I am sure you have already considered or explored. But these three ideas is what we can share with you. But of course, what we want to recommend to you is that regardless of the modality that you choose to add to the experience, you might want to consider fine-tuning it to meet the specific needs of the individual and also what you are trying to accomplish through this type of sessions that you want to implement. So consider different ideas. So working with the chakra system, there are many different yoga poses and there are many different ways in which you can start to activate the energy in this area. Many times this area they are energy points in the body, which can help move the energy that might be also stored in other parts of the body that might be affiliated with this particular chakra. Are you familiar with the chakra systems?
Yes, yeah.
Yes. So this is what we have to share with you. But of course you want to use your highest excitement in terms of what you decide to use, because most often not, your highest excitement is the first clue in the direction you should go without thinking too much about how it's going to play out, how much money it's going to give you, how many people will be able to benefit from it. Try not to think too much about it, because this will prevent you from fully exploring this modality or the modality you choose. Because if you think too much about it, then it will actually restrict you. And we say to you, the idea of you being excited about it, this alone is actually the roadmap and the opportunity for you to be able to expand exponentially, but also provide you the abundance that you are seeking with no expectation of it happening any certain way.
Well, thank you, Stacey. Just in relation to that, yeah, so all of that was pretty covered, so thank you for that. And my
Yes.
next question I had for you was just connecting with my father, if there's any messages that you'd be able to see if he had for me, or how can I connect with him more?
Yes. So this is an individual that has passed on. Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And what is your father's name?
Alan Harlow.
One moment. He is showing us a heart. He is saying to follow your heart. The best way to connect with him is to allow yourself to understand and know the love that both you and him had shared. And by becoming aware and just simply tapping into the vibration of a specific memory in which you felt very connected with him, this will allow you to bring the energy forward into your awareness. This will open up the channel of communication with him. When I say this, I don't necessarily mean that you will be able to communicate with him as you are communicating with me in the moment, but he may communicate in other ways. He may allow you to feel his presence, or you may have a specific memory that suddenly arises out of the blue. You may have a dream with him, or a dream in which you have had some sort of interaction around him specifically. And these are different ways that he can communicate with you, but he is saying to us to follow your heart, is what he is saying. And this is the primary message, is that this is exactly what, and of course he loves you, is what he's also sharing with us.
I think that covers most of my questions. There was just one thing. Before you said that I've been a high priestess and that I had strong healing abilities, and would that be for me in this lifetime, be doing the one-on-one coaching and talking and doing the channeling through them and helping that soul that way?
Yes, because of the nurturing aspect that you carry, this allows individuals to be able to connect with you in such a way where you are able to, you could say, unlock different parts of them that they may not have been ready to open up about with others. So not only are you assisting them, as we said before, on the physical level by listening, by allowing them to provide you with different information for you to assist and guide them, but you're also working with them on an energetic level. We do not use the word healing very often. We like to use the word integration, because essentially what is happening is that something is occurring. Then with integration, you are able to assist in extracting the necessary information for their path, so they will find a positive in what they have occurred in their life. From this forward, then they go ahead and take this idea and then use this in their physical reality by providing themselves with a new way to look at the situation. With your energetics, speakingly, you are able to provide them a sacred space. This means that they are comfortable to be able to be in your presence, being able to be sharing the information. So you could say that no matter in what reality that you were in, no matter what portion that you played in your reality, and you mentioned the high priestess, yes. So you will always have different aspects. It is just up to you and what you choose to tune into. So you could say that yes, you are tuning into that energy, that frequency, to be able to provide those with that healing or sacred space, you could say, for them to integrate the information that they need in order to continue along their path.
Yes, that makes sense. Well, thank you for helping me today.
Yes, it has been an absolute pleasure.
And if there's anything else would like to share with me, or any other messages?
Yes, one moment. We are receiving information about 2 stones that will be able to assist you on your journey. One would be a Sodalite stone, the other being a amethyst stone.
And should I buy that in a big size one and put that in my bedroom, or is it a necklace I should wear, or?
You can do both, but one of them, choose which one you feel most drawn to, wear as a necklace around your neck.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you so much, Stacey.
Yes.
Hello, Stacey. It's me, Tim.
Hello.
How you going?
I'm wonderful.
Okay?
How are you doing today?
Yes, good. Just in regards to those stones you're talking about with her, how will they help her? In what manner?
In order for you to assist her, simply being your authentic self by following your excitement, providing her the space and ability to be able to be her true authentic self. This assists her greatly, not only in her own path, but in yours as well. Therefore, you both are individually your true selves. Therefore, as a couple, as you come together in order to co-create, this allows you to be able to share many different experiences as individuals.
Wow. Okay. I didn't understand. Will that come left of field? Because I was asking about the 2 stones. What were you talking in reference to?
We misunderstood the question. We had thought you asked us how you could assist her.
Ah, okay. How do the 2 stones assist her? The 2 stones you recommended?
So with the amethyst stone, it is going to allow her to tap into her intuitive senses, to be able to strengthen them, to be able to clarify them for her. So it is much easier to tune into the frequency when she is wanting to use this. Now, it does come natural for her, but the stone will help her to be able to fine tune it so she is more aware when it is occurring. The sodalite is going to allow her to be able to open up that channel of communication. So this way, when the information is received, she is able to fully communicate it in a clear, concise way.
Okay, thanks for that clarification. Just while I've got Stace here, when you're talking about the agreement we had together in that other life where I was a pharaoh and she was this priestess, and they carry on to this life, what agreements or these contracts are you talking about? Could you define them?
In terms of when you had the experience, or are you speaking of now in this reality?
I guess there's a crossover, so I guess either or both.
In this particular reality, you both have chosen to agree in terms of you assisting each other through expansion, helping each other remember different parts of your journey. different parts of the journey that you had taken together, but also individually. So because you are part of the same oversoul and share that connection, it is easier for you to be able to bounce memories off each other. And you may not necessarily receive these memories in a conscious way immediately. You will receive them in a subconscious way, and they may be very subtle at first, but as you continue along your journeys together, such as this particular experience that you have had this day of your time, this will allow you to be able to tap into it more readily. So you may not even be aware when it is occurring, when you have received some sort of download specifically from your experience in terms of your soul's experience, not necessarily memories from the past per se, but different pieces of wisdom in which you have collected over time, over different, you could say, realities in which you have played many different roles. So this particular connection that you both share in this reality, you have agreed to assist each other in this way, but also assist each other into expansion, also co-creating different ideas together. And there may be a point in the near future, we are speaking linearly, that you may co-create a project together. There may be some form of way in which you'll be able to create some form of program or some form of information that you both will be able to share with people that are interested, people that feel drawn to the information.
Okay, what sort of information?
These types of information would be affiliated with, you could say, different wisdom, ancient teachings. There will be a point where you'll be able to tap into some form of tablets. We are seeing tablets with different symbols on them, which will be able to be transcribed vibrationally speaking. This transcription will not necessarily be word for word with the symbols, but more or less what you are going to receive from the vibration. And she will be able to provide a clear message from these tablets. You will then be able to take that information and be able to create some form of instructional video or potentially some kind of creative expression from this to be able to share into the community. And maybe even there may be even a group that you may be putting together at some point that will be able to benefit from the information. Therefore, there will be more information that will follow in correlation with this.
Okay, so where are these tablets reside? Are they a physical tablet?
One moment while we are seeing if this information is available to us. As we do see them in a physical way,
Okay.
we do see that these tablets at this point in time are not physically accessible to you. There will be a time where you will come across these at some point. So they may be in some form underground that may be discovered in the near future.
Okay, so I'll just stumble across them. I don't really need to look for them.
That's correct. When the information is available to you, when the object is available to you, you will receive it.
Okay, all right. Well, I guess I have to wait till that comes, or I get some more inspiration on that, and I'll come back to you. Do you want to say anything about it now?
Can I ask more?
Yeah, go.
Sorry. Cece, is there any other study that I need to do for the counselling or a particular type of I guess it's only counselling really, but any particular counselling?
It is going to depend on what is exciting to you. Now, for you specifically, in being that you are connecting to the intuitive vibration, you do not need to necessarily go through some form of schooling. If you feel that you want to specifically have a certain type of individuals that you are assisting, and you want to go about it in the way that most individuals that want to be, say, a counselor or a therapist go through the college or university aspect, this is something that is accessible to you if this is something you feel excited by, but you do not necessarily need to. You can simply tap into the vibrations and offer what you call life coaching versus counseling or intuitive guidance sessions. You can word it this way. This will allow you to be able to have your own establishment, your own business, which you can even do online if you so desire. This will assist you greatly as you do not necessarily have to spend the money in order to go to a college or university. Now, if you are wanting to work in some sort of practice and to become an actual counselor, then yes, you will need to complete schooling, as the area in which you reside may require this by law. It is up to you and how you choose to proceed, whatever feels the most exciting to you. But remember, you can always use your creative mind in order to create a scenario where you do not necessarily need to go to school for something, but you can start to tap into your abilities and gifts by becoming more confident in what you are providing to others. Now, there are different aspects you can explore. There are certificate programs you can look into, such as life coaching. You can also look into NLP, which is another form. And these are just some ideas we're pulling out of the channel's memory bank. But again, you do not necessarily need to even go down any of these avenues. You can simply tap into the intuitive nature in which you have and the wisdom in which you carry within your higher self, you could say, and also the collective that you are connecting with in terms of the Pleiadians.
Lovely, thank you.
Okay. All right. So I went back up to look for this ring that we've been talking about recently. Had a little look around today, and I didn't have much luck. So can you give me some more hints on where I was going wrong today, or in a better direction? Because I went up there and I did what you said. I created little crystal grids, and then I think I even had some harpe, and then I just stared into the sun. And then what my initial thought came to me where it was, and that was the only thing that really came to me. I had a look around there and I couldn't see it. Was it near that area?
One moment while we are scanning the energy. We are getting the sensations that you have to dig deeper.
I knew that because I thought, because I've got, like, I was using the metal detector, but was I even getting it, like, on the metal detector?
You were close to the area, and where the ring was at is what we are getting. You were very close, but you must dig deeper. And there may be portions of it where it may have, you could say, moved. So you may have to dig around the area as well. So as you dig the hole, start to dig in certain parts to move any debris that might be underneath.
So do I need a stronger metal detector because it's deeper than anticipated?
Yes. If it is
Yes,
not
because I
picking
feel
it
like that
up,
was.
then yes, you would need a stronger metal detector. But also use your intuitive nature in that specific area. And if you dig the hole, you must dig deep enough in order to be able to find what you are looking for in terms of this ring.
Yeah, okay. So then I felt like I was close to it today, but it would have took a lot of manpower to dig every little hole and every little area. So I was sort of just skimming along the surface to try and get a feel for it. So
Yes.
from where you said last, sorry, we about to say something?
No, we just said yes.
Oh, okay. And so last time you said I was only 10 to 15 feet away from where it was,
Yes.
north. But I tried to put myself back in that position in the bush, and I was unsure if I was like 15 feet that way or another 15 feet. So there's quite a bit of room for me to look for this ring. So where I put that antenna, when I was sitting today, I found a metal antenna and I stuck that into the ground. In relation to that, was it north of that?
One moment. Yes, you could say that it was northeast, just slightly east, but north, yes.
Ah, so was it on the other side of the footpath?
I'm sorry?
Was it on the other side of the footpath where I was digging towards
Yes,
the end?
yes,
Ah, okay. And so what? It was only another like, in my mind, where I was digging and where I was going around, it was probably like another 10 feet northeast, as you put it.
yes, this is correct.
Okay, so all I need is a stronger metal detector because this thing is a foot lower in the ground, and plus the debris on top. Um,
Yes.
that's probably going to help me the most because towards the end I gave up, and then I just went, oh, I'm just going to have a look over here because my gut instinct told me to look over that way, and that's where it sort of drew me towards the end. So well, I feel a bit accomplished anyway. Um, so I'll let you know how I go with that. Thank you for your advice.
Yes. It is always a pleasure to be able to assist you in this way.
Is there anything else you want to talk about in regards to the hieroglyphs up there and what we've been talking about recently and what's been going on?
Yes. So, with that being said, at some point in time when she feels ready, have her go with you to this particular area if you are able to, or show her the images of the symbols and have her connect to these symbols in some sort of way, whether this is through meditation, whether this is just closing her eyes and allowing herself to feel the vibrations, and provide her with some form of writing utensil or device of some kind. This way there she can use the information that she receives as downloads and see if she's able to transcribe any of that from the vibrations. And when we say this, she simply has to just connect to what she feels as she is looking on into the symbols. This will assist greatly if she is able to do this. If not, allow her to continue practicing this. This way there she can then use her ability that she is starting to tap into more and more. And now after this session today, she will be able to notice and become more aware as she receives different downloads of information. This will assist you also in, you could say, understanding different aspects of these particular physical structures.
Okay. So basically, just get her to transcribe the energies of what she's perceiving onto paper.
Yes, this is correct. This will help you.
How can I be more clearer with what the downloads are? Is just the necklace of the crystals will help, and this is just practice over time.
It will help you, but after now that you are aware of what is occurring, you will start to become more aware of when it is happening. And simply, yes, it is more or less, you could say, the practice part of it, as you are already doing it, but now you will be practicing on becoming aware of it. So the more you practice, it's like a muscle. So the more you become aware of it, the more and more you start to notice how much you are doing it. So this is how you will strengthen it. This is how you will become, you could say, more aware of the strength, not really strengthening it as it already is happening, but your ability to become aware of it when it is happening. You will strengthen that part of the experience.
And am I doing it quite a lot? Or just like a small amount?
Well, you do receive quite a bit, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I guess I can see the way she'd perceive those energies would be like nearly opposite to the way I would. Yeah, so I guess that could be a good benefit if she sees it in a polar opposite direction to what I normally see it as.
Well, and what you can do as a suggestion is she can do this, and you can also do this. Both of you do this, and compare notes and see the similarities. And it may take you a few times doing this to be able to get a clear, concise message, as because the actual symbols themselves and you could say, the description of the symbols are not really what matters, or the definition. What matters is the vibrations in which you are receiving. This is really what matters, because this will give you a clear message in terms of different aspects that might be able to assist you in handling these physical structures. There may be more products or more items in that area that you might be able to find, you might be able to locate. There may be other messages about your past inside of this transcription.
Yeah, well, obviously those are the hieroglyphics. Like I had a big part in co-creating them. What was Stacey's involvement in those hieroglyphics?
So, mainly speaking, her presence during that time, she didn't really have a role in creating them per se, but her energy from that timeline, that time frame, is in that area. So, the energy on these particular structures tells a story, and it is part of the vibration that she will also be picking up on.
Okay, what tool was used to create the hieroglyphs? Some sort of vibratory tool?
Some form of what tool did you say?
Vibratory.
Yes.
Vibratory? As in like, I'll give you a practical example, like a tuning fork or something of this nature?
Yes, this is exactly what was used. Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. And obviously this tool come from Egypt.
Yes.
And did I bring that over? Obviously.
Yes. And there were different, you could say, vibrations that were brought in from the civilizations that you would consider as extraterrestrial civilizations as well, which helped, you could say, supercharge it in some kind of way, had created a magnetic charge specifically in order to be able to provide it with its power or potency, you could say.
Yeah, because when I think back to that time, there is like a lot of galactic energies intersecting, and it's not like I really perceive them physically standing there next to me, but I can perceive like all these galactic energies intersecting is probably the better word I could put it.
Yes.
And so yes, okay, so what was my relationship to those intersecting energies?
Well, you were working with them at that time. There were, you could say, many different energies coming in and out. So there were many different portals set up in order for different civilizations to be able to pop in and out of that physical area at that time. So you could say that you did work with them on many different ways. You learned a lot from different civilizations. There were different connections that were formulated, agreements over time have played out and have assisted you in the now. So many of these connections that you had shared, some of them were coming to you from future lives, you could say, and some of them coming from past lives, all within the, you could say, parallel reality structure if you are speaking non-linear time. But in a linear time, you would say future counterparts and past counterparts.
Wow, so those counterparts could stem pretty deep, like the Dracos and people of this nature.
Yes, yes.
Is that why they're tying in so much now in my life and this going on?
Well, you have agreements with them. Yes. So they work with you
What?
on various different wavelengths, you could say. So not only do they allow you to be able to perceive them on many different levels, but also they work with you very subtly as well. Different forms of energy is being presented to you for you to assist, you could say, them in understanding how things are operating here, you could say on Earth, but also you are also being assisted by them in order to incorporate, to integrate their energies in your physical reality. As we have mentioned before, bringing a message that they are not as bad as they seem. This is what they are trying to accomplish on many different wavelengths through various
Yeah,
different individuals, but you are one of them.
yeah. Well, I'm definitely one of their bigger supporters, probably because I see myself as them. So that probably
Yes.
has a big part to do with it.
Yes.
And so is that the main contract with them? Do they have any messages actually while I'm speaking to you?
One moment while we see if they have any messages or if they choose to come through. They are choosing not to come through the channel today, but let's see if they have any messages to share. They are showing us various different images, and we are not sure what to make of these images, but they are showing us a piece of their world. And in this world, they are showing us various different changes occurring, and they are showing us the stillness. And they are not saying anything about what they are showing us.
No, that's
It is
fine.
as,
I can connect. Sorry, go
it
ahead.
is as if they are saying that stillness is required in order to connect to their civilization. This is what we are getting based on the images that they are providing and the vibrations that they are showing us.
Yes, that's true. Yes, you have to be very grounded and very centered and still to connect into the energies. Um, okay, cool. Um, is there anything else that you want to add in today? Seems me and Stacey are here together.
One moment. It seems as though they have not left energetically. So we are seeing what they are trying to say or do. Hello, my dear friend.
Hello. Who is this I'm speaking to?
You are speaking to a Draco.
Strength and honor.
My name is Masteron. I don't really have a message, but I wanted to give this channel an opportunity to be able to experience the energy that I have to bring forward. Because it is I that is bringing a message in general, speaking of the strength that we have, the ability to be strong, to have a backbone. Many people in your civilization do not have a backbone because they do not even know who they are.
I would agree with that.
But since we are here, I will share with you to continue to do what you feel is necessary. Because there is no right, there is no wrong. There only just is. It's your choice how you want to proceed in life.
It's strange hearing your energy being so soft coming through the channel.
Well, I do not want to overwhelm by providing so much energy that it creates tiredness.
Well, how come when I tap into the Dracos I don't get tired? I get quite energetic.
Because you are accustomed to the energy.
I think I thrive off it a little bit.
She has never connected to our kind. Although has connections, she is not fully engaged in a conversation nor a connection such as this.
I understand.
But now that she has allowed us to be able to come through, we can continue another time connecting with her.
Definitely. Well, there's going to be plenty more sessions anyway, so is there any final words you want to leave me?
Sleep well.
Sleep well. All right. Are you still there?
Thank you so much for this interaction. My name is Stacey and I have returned. How was that experience?
That was good. It was strange hearing their energy so soft. It's not what I'm accustomed to, but I can understand the reasons why.
Yes.
And it is a pretty strong energy to take on. just because I'm accustomed to it. I could understand. I forget what it's like if you're not. So I'm glad it worked out well.
Yes, as the channel was engaged with the particular being in, you could say, not as deep as she has with me, because she is accustomed to my energetics, and it is not as heavy, you could say, or dense. So she was operating at about 75%, being that that being was coming through at about 75%, whereas I am about 95 to 98%.
Okay, well, that's a good start anyway, or a good start or introduction to the Draco energy, and I'm glad it's all worked out well. Is there anything you want to leave on passing?
Yes, we will say to you and we will share with you that as you begin to, as you continue to your journeys in exploration with all of these artifacts that you are discovering throughout time, whether this is vibrationally, energetically speaking, or hearing about them, or actually choosing to discover them, you will begin to unlock parts of yourself that you were not completely fully aware of. And as you begin this journey, you will also see other aspects that you will discover later on in terms of the physicality.
In terms of my physicality or our physicality?
The physicality meaning the additional artifacts that you will find.
Oh, please understand that again. In the future, when
Yes.
I'll find artifacts.
So what we are saying is, as you continue your journey with locating these artifacts, with discovering these new artifacts, you will discover different parts of yourself and unlock different, you could say, downloads or activations, but you will also later on start to uncover other sites, other artifacts that you were not aware of existed prior.
Ah,
So
okay.
it's almost like a treasure map in a way, because as you begin to unlock different parts of yourself, you will start to, you can say, regain some of your memories of certain areas. You may be drawn to certain areas. You will go to those certain areas and you will start to find and uncover different parts of an experience that may have been played out there. There may be artifacts located there in some kind of way.
Okay. It's become sort of some treasure hunter, it seems.
Yes.
Okay. I can take that on board. Is there anything you want to say, Stace, before we go?
Cece, I just want to clarify, just with the breast